In 2018, the movie 7 Days in Entebbe hit the screens, portraying a true story of an Israeli military operation codenamed Operation Thunderbolt. Over the course of just 7 days, terrorists hijacked an Israeli passenger plane, but the Israeli Defense Forces didn't waste a second. They crossed into an African country and pulled off the impossible, rescuing the hostages safely. And at the heart of this risky mission, none other than Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, whose elder brother fought on the front lines as a soldier and KIA. Now let's jump right into the story. The story begins on June 27, 1976, at Athens Airport in Greece. A nervous man named Wilfred Boas steps out of the men's restroom, anxiously scanning the terminal. As he makes his way to the boarding gate, he signals his companions Ali and Khalid to stay alert and boards the Air France flight with Brigitte. She is the Batman's bitch, from Gone Girl. The plane, departing from Tel Aviv, is en route to Paris, but a few minutes into the flight, things take a dangerous turn. Boas nods at Brigitte, who promptly pulls 2 pistols and grenades from her handbag. I mean, that's impressive, right? 2 pistols, grenades. What kind of purse does she have? I can barely fit my wallet and gum in mine. Anyway, Ali and Khalid unveil their own weapons from the opposite side of the aircraft, stunning the passengers. Boas storms the cockpit, brandishing a weapon at the pilots. "This plane is hijacked," he declares, ordering them to sever contact with air traffic control and follow his commands, unless they want their passengers executed. Meanwhile, chaos ensues in the cabin as the hijackers threaten the passengers at gunpoint, asserting full control. An Israeli soldier rushes to Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin's office, interrupting a meeting with Defense Minister Shimon and other officials. The soldier briefs Rabin on the hijacking, prompting him to discreetly request a head count of Israeli citizens aboard and the plane's current trajectory. On board, the hijackers begin collecting passports and IDs from the passengers. Boas demands an emergency landing in Libya, citing low fuel. At the same time, Rabin learns there are 239 passengers, 85 of whom are Israeli citizens. "It's a French airline, so it's their problem," Rabin mutters. Shimon, however, quickly interjects, "No, it's our problem, and we need to solve it." The plane touches down in Benghazi, Libya, for refueling. As the flight engineer checks the landing gears, Boas threatens him with a grenade, ordering him back inside. In a flashback to 6 months prior, we see Boas, Brigitte, and her boyfriend John Pablo meeting a Palestinian named Jabar in Frankfurt, Germany. Jabar tells them their comrades are being imprisoned by the Israeli army, and hijacking planes is an effective way to pressure governments and garner media attention. The group then heads to Yemen, where they train with a Palestinian rebel faction. Jabar reveals that one of their captured comrades has been killed by Israeli forces, fueling their resolve for the mission. Their plan? Hijack the plane, land it in Entebbe, Uganda, and negotiate the release of their prisoners. Jabar assures them that Ugandan President Idi Amin is in on the plan and will offer them military protection. Back in the present, a woman aboard the hijacked flight claims she might be having a miscarriage, as she is 2 months pregnant. Boas and Brigitte assure the passengers they aren't bad people and don't want to harm anyone. They arrange for an ambulance to take the woman off the plane before it departs Libya. Unbeknownst to the hijackers, the woman was faking her condition, and she reports to authorities that 3 men and a woman are behind the hijacking. Night falls as the plane lands at the isolated Entebbe airport, where Boas orders everyone to sleep on board and warns that any attempt to escape will result in the plane being blown up. The next morning, the passengers are herded into the old airport terminal, where Idi Amin welcomes them with a grin. "You will all be safe here," he assures them, though the sight of armed Ugandan soldiers suggests otherwise. Jabar's men keep a close watch on the passengers, who receive some food and water from the Ugandan military. Back in Israel, military intelligence confirms the plane's location, and Defense Minister Shimon proposes a rescue operation. However, Rabin is hesitant, fearing that an assault might lead to the hostages being executed. He decides to contact Idi Amin, hoping diplomacy will prevent a bloodbath. Amin offers little help, claiming the situation is beyond his control and that interfering could endanger the hostages further. Hold on a second. If you've made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Now, where were we? As the days pass, tensions rise among the hijackers. Jabar grows suspicious of Boas for being too relaxed and warns him not to trust Israel's promises. Meanwhile, Rabin reluctantly agrees to negotiate with the hijackers, but Shimon secretly presses ahead with a military rescue plan. "If we wait too long, they'll start killing hostages," Shimon argues. The rescue team devises an audacious strategy. They'll smuggle soldiers into Entebbe using a black Mercedes that looks identical to Idi Amin's car, tricking the guards into believing the president has arrived. The team will infiltrate the terminal, neutralize the hijackers, and extract the hostages before anyone realizes what's happening. On the night of July 3rd, the Israeli Special Forces board 4 aircraft flying at low altitudes to avoid radar detection. They carry the black Mercedes and Jeeps inside the cargo planes, ready to execute their plan. Rabin and the military commanders anxiously monitor the mission from a war room in Tel Aviv. As the planes touch down on Entebbe's dimly lit runway, the soldiers spring into action. Jonathan, the mission leader, rides in the Mercedes with his brother Jiv, who is young Benjamin Netanyahu, and the rest of the team followed closely in Jeeps. Ugandan guards, mistaking them for Amin's entourage, lower their weapons, just in time for Jonathan to silently eliminate them with a suppressed pistol. One guard escapes but is quickly taken down by soldiers in the Jeep. Gunfire erupts as the team storms the terminal. Jabbar, realizing the Israelis have arrived, orders his men to take firing positions. Despite being hit twice, Jonathan pushes forward, leading his unit into the building. Inside, chaos reigns. Boaz and Brigitte open fire at the soldiers but are swiftly neutralized. Jabbar pulls the pin on a grenade, but Jiv shoots him down before he can throw it. In a matter of minutes, all the hijackers are killed, and the hostages are evacuated to the waiting aircraft. Tragically, Jonathan succumbs to his wounds during the operation. As the rescue team boards the aircraft with the hostages, they also carry Jonathan's body, a somber reminder of the mission's cost. Back in Tel Aviv, Rabin and his ministers anxiously await news. Then, over the radio, the message they had hoped for crackles through. All 102 passengers are safe. We are on our way home. With a collective sigh of relief, Rabin and his team realize that Operation Thunderbolt, against all odds, has succeeded. And after his brother's death, Jiv alias Benjamin Netanyahu joined politics. And today, the same Benjamin is the Prime Minister of Israel. And this conflict between Israel and Palestine is still a major war issue. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of history and beyond.